have been well trained.
No.
in
You
my
don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Or do not.
I'm not afraid.
There is no try.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back, yes. We have Joe Cullen on the left, honestly sarcastic from the Hyperloops, playing Elite, Seventh Sister, Ciena, Nightstister. A new variation on the how much damage can Nightstister pull out in one turn. Against Cody on the right, we've seen Cody already today as well, playing the Mother Talzin version of the 5-die villain deck. We're still waiting for the round timer to begin, so players are... Still waiting for the round timer to start. And players are definitely chatting up, getting ready for the match. It's my William Shatner impression, everybody. You're welcome. Long, dramatic pauses while talking on the stream. Oh. Thanks to Mr. Carrier for the subscription and all the followers we've gotten today. We really appreciate you following the channel. We will be back. Of course, we stream our podcast every Tuesday night. You can also listen to our podcast on the podcast channel when it rebroadcasts, as well as on YouTube. You can see that broadcast video. But we will also be live streaming national championships at the Nova Open again this year in August. So be sure to continue to follow us if you have the means, or you're a Twitch Prime subscriber or an Amazon Prime member. You can subscribe to our channel for free once a month, and that support does go to us, and that helps cover the cost of these types of streams and continue to increase the quality. Maybe next time I'll bring my own table so it doesn't wobble. Wobble, baby, wobble. And you get all the bad jokes along with it.
No, you just play as many spells as possible to get the biggest amount of burns.
Anybody who wants to continue to support on a long-term basis, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/thechanceCube. And also with support from ETH Gaming today, we are offering a promotional code, ChanceCube12, will get you 12% off your entire ETH Gaming order. You can get all sorts of stuff from there. You can get the playmat that these two individuals have placed their playmats on top of. You cannot get these playmats unless you just rip the images off and print them yourself, which is not advised. We do not sanction that behavior. My name is Jason Brame, one of the hosts of the ChanceCube podcast. My wife is hanging out on the Twitch stream, Sarah. So if you see any messages from the ChanceCube, it's either my wife or it could be Mike Hill, who occasionally pops in and takes over when he feels like it. Kim Breeze is enjoying a nice vacation in a castle somewhere. We'll have to find out more about that on the podcast on Tuesday, because I'm super excited to figure out what that's all about. And here we are with the roll-off. We've got a total of 4 for Joe on the left and a total of 5 for Cody on the right. So it is Cody's choice. So whether it looks like it will most likely be Ewok Village.
It's like every turn you're like, now I play this. Now I play this. On a curve, I play this.
Trying to get rid of some of that background noise. Hopefully, if the audio volume gets too low, please hang up or shout it out in the chat so I can adjust accordingly. We got a rather excited game of Magic the Gathering happening in the room next door. Oh, and we started. So I will start a round timer. We are on round 7. I think if you've been watching the stream for a while, last time I said we were on round 6, or 5, which was a lie. We were on round 6. But we are now on round 7. See, last round of Swiss here. So these are the top 2 undefeated players going into Swiss, or going into the top cut. Joe rolling out his new variation on the OTK deck that made a splash towards the end of the EAW meta, and now is continuing to do some tweaks on it. It's nice to see a new deck here kind of surface. I think what we're finding out with a lot of the decks that are successful these days is multiple ways out. There are multiple options. It's not relying on one single type of win, whether not hinging your bets on one card or one combo, but a lot of different ways out. And I think this this variation on the OTK for a Seventh Sister is doing just that. It is definitely a deck that's got some great upgrades to get some modified melee damage, some staying power for the Seventh Sister, and doesn't necessarily rely too heavily on the probe droid situation, but does get some extra activations from Seventh Sister. Ciena is really just there for leadership and price of failure, as long as those cards get drawn at the right time. Cody putting down the LL30. Activating Bala. Cody is using the Lucas Litzinger dice rolling technique. If anybody's seen Lucas play, that's exactly what he does. Fun fact. Not relevant. You're welcome. Joe definitely ensuring that Seventh Sister will remain alive for multiple rounds. All he needs is an extra activation or two. Let's see. He's holding on to an Ancient Saber and flip, 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 flip. Maybe a flank. Flip, 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 flip. Oh, maybe another Force Solution. It's hard to tell. Ciena rolls out one resource. We do have Aftermath on the table. We've seen Joe play this a couple of times. Aftermath giving those extra resources to allow for that Rise Again to play. Rise Again seems to be a nice move here. Kind of enraging into a Rise Again is also super fun. And we've seen with this deck has been able to do, again, continues to allow Seventh Sister to live longer and potentially get ID9s out of the discard pile, especially if you're playing against a mill deck or some other, or if one of the ID9s drops out because of the Force Illusion. Nightstister guardianing the nice. Nightstister have a guardian. That was a line. I apologize. Going after Nightstister does it is just a pain in the rear end. And it's an easy kill early on, and I mean, obviously Joe's going to protect Seventh Sister as long as he can, so it seems Cody is choosing to go on the outer ranks here. You have to decide, do you go after Nightstister because of Nightstister's ability, or do you go after Ciena, which will lock out leadership from being a potential card that can be used? Joe generating resources early. in hopes to make sure that he can afford the Rise Again when it comes in play. Going ahead and taking the 2 melee on to Balatik, getting rid of those shields. Playing down the Ancient Saber, because why not? And it's a little early to think about any sort of price effect. I don't think Joe has it in his hand either. Anyways, I thought Cody was shaking out his hand for a good game. Too early to concede. All right, Joe. Oh, and Joe is going to force illusion the Nightstister. That's going to be an interesting diversionary tactic there for Cody. So does Cody continue to go after Nightstister, or does Cody switch his target to Ciena? Another LL30 coming down at the table. And with that ambush action, activating Balatik. Rolling in special resource, shield, and a modified 2 range. So we're going to need to change a die to get that range damage. My apologies, I totally missed how that modified range got removed. I don't see Joe's discard pile is off camera. Probably flank. We've seen Joe play flank in this deck before.
Every time you cast a spell, you also then exile the top part of your library. If it's a non-creature spell, you may for example, if James goes
Wow.
cast a spell, you exile this card.
Just got a report from my special reporter. Target 7th Sister. It's got quite a showing. She's probably already put that in the chat. Haven't seen one on the stream yet, but if it is doing as well as it claims to be, then we will most likely see one when we get to the top cut. Now, as far as we understand, there will be some sort of meal break after this round, so maybe a good chance for Sarah and I to get in a couple of games since we had our food delivered. We don't really have to go anywhere, so maybe we'll play some games with the people and lose. I gotta try. I'm gonna try the Sabine Yoda deck, which I've built, but I have yet to test yet. I'm very excited about this one. Sabine Yoda has made a splash here today too. 4 players playing Sabine Yoda, and I think. Do we know if Sabine Yoda is in the top yet? Of any? Are they making a top play?
I now have the Sea's blessing. Bob is dark confidant.
All right, so resolving some of the melee damage. 5 damage to Balatik here with the 2 7th Sister melee damage sides, and the 1 on the Ancient Saber. Joe going after Balatik, strong. That's basically how this deck, we've seen this deck played consistently. Throw the upgrades on Balatik until Balatik dies. They move to 7th Sister, and then they move to the First Order Trooper. Dice everywhere. Yay, dice everywhere. 2 range, a focus, a resource, a special on the LL, and another resource. So, not too shabby. Looks like Joe went ahead and leadershiped 7th Sister, because who needs Ciena anyways? So he's getting ready to roll in Seventh Sister again, bring another ID9 droid out onto the table. Of course, the ID9's X value is based on the number of ID9 die in the pool. Balatik is focusing to a 2 range, the total of 4 range. It's just going to be enough to kill no one. So here we go, rolling in Seventh Sister. Rolling the ID9, so we've got a 3, we've got a focus, we've got a melee, and then we've got a disrupt. And of course, the X value is starts at 3. Each time an ID9 droid is resolved, the X value is reduced by 1. So, do you go 3 melee, 2 focus, 1 disrupt, or 1 whatever? How do you play it? We'll find out how Joe chooses to play it here in a moment. Focusing using the LL30. Using the LL30 to focus Bala to a modified 2. It's rolling in the Nightstister. All right, rolling in.
Food was amazing. We went in there after we did.
All right, here we are.
Getting ready to close because it was about 7:30 and we were closing at 8 o'clock. So we ordered like 3 tapas and
Politique would sure like another activation here, but don't think that is in the cards unless he just decides to price a failure to fully health characters, if he even has that option. We are focusing 1, 2, 3 dice. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on that other X. So we've got 9 melee showing at the moment, which is enough to get rid of Bala and potentially do some pretty solid So, of course, that was enough damage to get rid of Bala. We still have a X melee and X focus sitting out there. And we will price a failure the Nightstister. Wow. And we're going to get another activation out of Seventh Sister, which, you know, and pretty much expected at this point in time. Seventh Sister rolls out again and will bring another ID9 to the table, and that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.99's coming to. Oh no! Oh no! Really? That's not even fair. This is not even fair. Here it comes. Joe's just Joe's just rolling. Blah. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 5 ID9s out here. He uses the first one to focus 5 die. So the X value is now 4. And good game. Oh, my. That is the turn that we have been looking to see from Joe this entire day. 5 ID9 Secret Droids into the pool, all through leadership and price of failure. What an incredible showing here from that deck. Cody looking for a particular card. That was his. Yep, there was his price of failure, which he was looking to get an extra activation on eBala. It's a similar idea, trying to make use of those extra activations on these characters. Definitely something we're seeing a lot more of. I think the OTK 7th Sister has really made that popular. The idea of reactivating your character, readying them and reactivating them, especially on these 3-wide decks where you generally have a disposable character. And in Joe's case, he had essentially 2 disposable characters. And Nightstister continues to take damage until the very end. We had 1 health left and just had to price of failure him for that extra activation. So pretty amazing to see that from the OTK, this variation on that deck. So round 7, this is the end of Swiss. Joe finishes up Swiss undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. And then we will go into a top 8 cut here after, from what I understand, it's a meal break of some kind. Still 17.5 minutes left in this round. And then we will continue to update via the stream when the top 8 is going to be played. Trying to fire off some extra side events around here. So lots of stuff to get everybody excited to keep sticking around and playing some Destiny. Sarah and I hopefully will get some games in here pretty soon. For anybody who's just now joining us, we've got a promotional code for Ink Gaming, so if you're interested in getting 12% off your entire order, just use Chance12 as your promo code. We got some cool playmats. Check out.